you guys know these old V10s, they weren't very loud, they're pretty quiet. So yes, the V10 era of Formula 1, and whilst I've probably been just savagely beaten with the old nostalgia stick, I have to say that this era of F1 just holds the loveliest memories for me growing up as a wee boy. The cars sounded awesome, the drivers, well, that's when the GOAT right here, that's when he was driving. And most importantly, they produced the fastest Formula 1 cars ever at the time. What? And all that despite being on these pesky, grooved, slick tyres. And if you're a modern F1 fan thinking, wait a minute, grooved tyres aren't on Drive to Survive. Yeah, the reason that was done and the reason why F1 cars run those from 1998 to 2008 was to try and slow the cars down because they were getting too quick. So I always wondered, what if we took away those awful grooved tyres and replace them with a set of modern day Pirelli slicks? Just how fast could a car from 2004 go? So today we're going to find out. So for my test, I'm going to do 3 runs. First of all, in a boned stock, which is weird to say, Ferrari F2004 with its horrible groove tyres, just to put down a time for context. Then I'm going to jump into this season's Red Bull and put down a time for me to try and beat. And then in the last run, we're going to borrow those slick tyres from the 2022 car and bolt them onto our car from 2004 and see if we can go any faster than a modern day F1 car. Probably not. Follow my brain! My god, I forgot how awesome these cars sound. Every time I get in one, I become the bring back V10 guy, because why the hell not? So, yeah, this is the V10 car as it was raced in 2004 by the GOAT, Michael Schumacher. I always love driving these cars. No matter where it is, what circuit, for how long, it's always amazing. We're going to come out the pit lane, and we're going to nail it, and we're going to enjoy. Oh, it just sounds unreal. Oh, it's not quite flat out of the box there. Those tyres need a little bit of warming. So while I'm on this outlet, we'll talk about the big differences between this and the car we're going to get into a minute, the 22 car. This car has a lot less downforce. I mean, a hell of a lot less. So in the corners, we struggle a bit more for cornering speed, apex speed. But because we have less downforce, we also have a lot less drag. So in a straight line, we can pretty much match the modern cars. Even though we don't have ERS or anything like that, just V10 goodness behind us. Right, I'm going to just actually try and put in a lap time now. So, here we go. Traction control all the way out of the bus stop. And then, big yee down to the source. No ABS in this. We do have traction control, as mentioned before, so we can just stamp on the throttle out the corner. And then we just let the V10 run away as we get down to Rouge and then into Radion. There's an apex there somewhere. I don't believe in apexes. And we're somewhat downforce limited here. We do still have a bit of downforce. You know, it is quick in a straight line, this thing, but I think the speed it gathers is more sort of in the mid-range compared to the modern F1 cars. That makes sense in my head. Hopefully it made sense in my rambling. They come there, managed not to hit Fernando Alonso, which is okay. And then down to Rivage, Bruxelles, whatever the hell you want to call it. This part of the circuit's different on the modern circuit now, of course. Yeah, that'll do. Carried no speed through there. That's how kings do it. Now, pull on. This is like almost flat in the modern F1 car, and this is not at all. Big lift, and the car still wanting to understeer out. Getting some button level understeer there. Into the old pit path. Really fun corner in this car. The car moves around so much. What makes these cars more challenging? There's so much more movement in the mid-speed. It's a shame they couldn't really follow each other very closely. And now, out of 702, let the V10 take over. No idea what sort of time we're looking at. Remember, I think it was a 43 maybe from Max Verstappen in qualifying. Something like that. Out to chat will hook me up with a result there. I think we're going to be we're way off that. Mike under a 50. A 148.5 there for the 2004 Ferrari with grooved tyres. So now we need to go hijack us a 2022 car and see what sort of time that can do. And I always forget just how long these cars are. They just go for fucking ever. So I've decided that I'm going to give myself the best possible shot here in this car, and we're going to go full qualifying trim. So the softest tyres we have, maximum deploy, all that goodness, every bell and whistle this car has to try and defeat a car from 2004. Very different noise to what we just had, but you know, something that I do want to point out, despite a lot of sort of V10 praise in this video, is that these modern engines, same power output, more torque, a lot less fuel. Don't sound as good, sure, but it's impressive. You have to remember that sometimes. Right, so here we are then. We have, just going to do a build lap before we do our crazy balls to the wall qualifying lap. So with DRS open, we're hitting similar speeds without any of our ERS being used. And that's a lot of RSs, I know, but ERS is going to give us about 160 horsepower extra to what we usually have. And in this car, that is worth quite a bit. And our big advantage over that pesky car from 2004 is that we're going to have just a lot more cornering grip. So where this corner was quite scary in the 2004 car, in this car, I'm completely flat through there on this warm-up lap. I'm ready! Oh no, I'm not! Just warming the rear tyres, boys. It's what experts do. Let's go! Oh, just slowed the car down there. It's so fast out the corners. Should be easy flat through here. Oh yeah, like, there's so much more speed than that. I mean, obviously this is the old version of a circuit. It's a bit different in real life now, but still, that was just beyond easy to be able to take it like that. DRS open now, we start shooting up towards 200 miles an hour. We've got a braking zone. Probably brake later than that. So we're just going to roll it through for now. Nice there, through they come. And now we're going to go down into Rivage. Hug the inside like your favourite grandparent. Hello, Granny. And easy. Very nice through there. Now through Pool 1. It's going to be just a lip in this car. So I could probably go flat through there actually, but just a slightest hint of a lift through there. Got to believe in that mid-corner grip in this car. It's understeering a bit as per the setup, I think, but it's okay. Now we just bit of VRS up here to get us out the corner. I'm now very, very interested to see what sort of time we set here. Of course, a 1:48.5 to beat. This will be our yardstick to try and then defeat once we hop into the F2004 car. Mid-slick tyres. Barely on the brakes, bay. It's all right. Across the start-finish line, we don't beat it by much. A 1:46.8 there. So for the fastest time, could have gone a bit quicker there, I think. But 1:46.8. So we're about 2 seconds inside the modern F1 car. But now that's even the playing field. Let's bolt these tyres onto the V10. So as you can see, we now have some pretty slick tyres bolted to our F2004. Not only that, this version of the car is special because the stock version of the car that comes with Assetto Corsa doesn't quite have the right horsepower figures. This has the final version of that V10 that sat in the back of his Ferrari, the one that produced upwards of 950 brake horsepower, which is about 90 horsepower more than the one that comes stock in AC. So they've got more power and slick tyres. Same aero, so it's still going to be spicy in the corners, but in a straight line, this thing is going to be an absolute rocket. I can't wait to see how it compares to the modern F1 car. Oh, it just looks right. The soft tyres as well. When you go from medium to soft, you've got the red, and it almost matches the red of the Ferrari. Oh, yeah. A lot of time for that. All right, the pit lane, pointing down the hill, and then just... That's 200 miles an hour down the hill there. Oh, it's going to be a mad lap. We don't even need DRS. Look at the speed, 340 Ks. You can see 345. My God, Editor-chan, please put that in miles per hour on screen for our American friends. That is obscene speed. With these tyres, they bite in so nicely. The wallowing that came with the groove slicks have just disappeared completely. It feels absolutely planted to the floor now. And now I begin to understand maybe why they did this. Maybe why they didn't run slick tyres in period, proper slick tyres, because these things would have been just unreal fast. Look at this into the piff bath, man. I have to have so much confidence throwing it in on exit. Confidence everywhere. The car feels like it's on rails, and then when we get onto the straight and we have just such power behind us, 950 horsepower. Oh, it sounds good. Anyway, enough just unfiltered coming over this engine. Let's see if we can put in a decent lap. That's not going to help. We've got a 46.8 to beat. This is where we're going to gain a lot of time over the modern car. It's down here on the straights. At the end of the straight, we're 20k faster, and we're flat through there. We're about 40k faster by the time we hit the DRS line, then the other car starts to catch up a little bit. But look, nearly 350ks. It still has some of that characteristics of the old car, where it's just a little bit slower in the mid-speed. We do feel that lack of aero compared to the modern cars, but it doesn't matter. We can just pick it back up again on the straight. This is where we're slower, it's just medium speed. Now we can go. Now we can fight. Oh my god, the speed. There was still more speed there, definitely. Can you imagine this thing in real life? Can you imagine getting to drive a car like this in real life? It would just be overwhelming to the senses. Here we go. Speed! Really holding that 6th gear there. This is going to be a really quick time, I think. I don't think the old F1 car's got any, or the modern F1 car's got anything on this. I thought I braked too late there, and I stopped just in time. Oh my god, look at the time. What the f? That cannot be right. 1:37? That is very, very, very fast. That is lap record destroyed fast. That's 919 Evo beating fast. What? So let me try and explain what made this car 10 seconds pretty much faster than a modern F1 car. First of all, I don't think the mod is 1,000,000% realistic. I would love to say this car is that fast, but it's not. It's not that quick. Modern F1 cars are unreal machines. They just lack a little bit of speed in a straight line compared to this thing. That's really about it. The slick tyres shouldn't make up for that entire thing. But you can see, we were faster pretty much everywhere apart from these medium speed corners. And because of just the unreal straight line speed of this thing, it was like having the speed of a modern F1 car without the drag penalty, which means I was able to reach my top speed pretty much before getting through Eau Rouge and Radion in this car. So carrying a lot more speed everywhere. Is it realistic? Probably not. Was it amazing fun? Definitely. So yeah, guys, we found out today that apparently a F1 car from 2004 on slick tyres is 10 seconds a lap faster than a modern F1 car. I'm going to probably say no to that, but here are the times in their fullest here. That's what we went through today. And if you fancy trying this mod out for yourself, I will link it down below in the description. It's a lot of fun, regardless of maybe taking a few liberties with how quick it would be in sim. And to be honest, it's just an excuse for me to drive a V10 F1 car again, so hopefully you guys don't mind. But as always, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to tap that like button, subscribe, do all that stupid YouTube nonsense, and I'll see you again for the next one. Love you, bye!